Here's a question with Aspinall. What happens with Aspinall in the second round? If you want to talk about a guy who sprints, you want to talk about a guy who's fast, one of the fastest heavyweights, he might be the fate in the history of the sport. I don't think anybody moves like that guy does. He beat everybody else's ass too. All the other heavyweights, ragdoll dudes way bigger than him. He's just a freak of the evolution of the sport.
How so?
Well, because he can do everything. That guy's got elite jiu-jitsu. He's got elite takedowns. His striking is outstanding. Who's the scariest striker in all of MMA, and he knocked him out in the first round.
I think Tom Aspinall is the best.
He's the fastest, quickest, most powerful heavyweight on the planet.
True champion of this weight class is Tom Aspinall, and it's not a
UFC fighters have just revealed what they truly think about Tom Aspinall, and the level of respect he commands from his peers is absolutely unreal.
Who has the heavyweight champion? Is it Tom Aspinall? Is it Jon Jones? Is it both of them? Who's the champion?
I view it as Aspinall.
Before that he could smoke Jon Jones. I said before that Jon Jones couldn't hold a candle or hold a torch to Tom Aspinall. And I respect Jon Jones and I like Jon Jones, and you've got to remember the run that he had and the great achievements that he's had in this incredible sport. But I believe what we saw tonight from Tom Aspinall and what we see every time from Tom Aspinall, I believe that beats anybody.
Fighters, coaches, and analysts across the sport are calling him one of the most naturally gifted heavyweights we've ever seen. From Joe Rogan to Daniel Cormier, from Michael Bisping to John Onik, everyone agrees that Tom Aspinall might just be the future of the heavyweight division. Tom Aspinall's rise has been nothing short of remarkable. In a division dominated for decades by knockout artists and brawlers, Aspinall brought something we rarely see: speed, intelligence, and complete composure.
Like, I've seen a lot of heavyweight, even Francis, who's like the greatest, scariest power striker I've ever seen in the heavyweight division. No one's scarier than Francis. Francis does not move like Tom Aspinall. Tom Aspinall is significantly faster than every other heavyweight. That's a real problem. At a 250 plus pound frame, his movement's extraordinary. And that's something you have to deal with. Like, that is a crazy ability. Like, his ability to move, like the way he moves, is so much different than everybody else in the sport. He moves like a 175 pounder. He doesn't move like a 250 pound guy. Look how quickly he closes the distance, man. His hand speed and full range of skills. Incredible stand-up, knocks guys out with one punch, black belt in jiu-jitsu, really good wrestler, his everything, and he's young.
So what's your prediction if it happens?
It's hard to bet against Jon.
You know what I mean? He's the best of all time. But if anyone's going to give him a fight, it's Tom Aspinall. You know what I mean? He's got the speed, he's got the jiu-jitsu, he's got the power, but I don't think Jones.
Fighters like Ciryl Gane have been praised for their technicality, but Aspinall brings that same finesse with a completely different edge. He's fast, explosive, and yet calm, almost like a middleweight trapped inside a heavyweight body. When you listen to fighters talk about Aspinall, one theme keeps coming up: his balance. He's not just a striker, and he's not just a grappler, he's a complete fighter. Michael Bisping once said, "Tom doesn't have a weakness. If you take him down, you're in danger. If you stay standing, you're in danger." He's got everything.
Actually, why I'm actually a big fan of like Tom Aspinall as well.
Oh yeah.
You don't really see that anywhere, full stop, but definitely not in the heavyweight division.
No heavyweight moves like him.
No one moves like him.
He moves like a 185er.
It's crazy.
It's nuts.
With that kind of explosive and that power, it's crazy.
Crazy speed for a heavyweight.
There's one guy who could mimic a Jon Jones on the feet. It's Rieker Verhoeven.
He's gonna wipe the floor. He's gonna wipe the floor with Jon Jones.
You believe
Jon Jones
100%.
doesn't have a chance versus Tom Aspinall. Mark my words. Tom Aspinall is a freaking monster.
I love it.
On his feet and on the ground. So, and I truly believe that Jon Jones has never faced somebody that is that good on his feet. On the ground, he's faced some guys that are pretty good, but on his feet, I think Tom is, he would even do good in the kickboxing ring. He would be a top competitor for to fight me as well.
Little did I know, 20 years later, that every fight gets worse. Worse and worse, honestly. Because there's more at stake. When I first got into the sport, I used to watch guys like Chuck Liddell, Rampage Jackson. I used to watch them, and I used to be like, I can't wait to get there because...
Joe Rogan called him one of the most naturally talented athletes to ever step foot inside the octagon, even comparing his composure and adaptability to Georges St. Pierre. But what's even more impressive is that many UFC veterans see Aspinall as the blueprint for the next generation, the modern heavyweight built for this new era of mixed martial arts.
Tom Aspinall, who every time I speak to him, he talks about you being his inspiration, you being his favorite fighter, you being the guy he wants to be like. He looks up to you with the utmost respect. I mean, I was just talking to him about you, and he adores you. He's in a tough spot right now. I don't know how much you follow, but he's waiting for Jon Jones. Does he move on? He feels like his career is being halted by one man. What advice, if any, would you give to Tom Aspinall, who I think is very frustrated right now because he thinks he's the best, but there's a guy holding him up?
I think Tommy needs to focus on the next task. I remember when I lost to Matsera, I was making the mistake of trying to focus on Matsera to get my revenge immediately. But I had a few other fights lined up before to get to that. And if he's only focusing on Jon Jones, and if Jon Jones does not come back right away, he's not focusing on the right thing. He needs to focus on what is next, the next path. Because the rest, it's a distraction, you know, and things that needs to be done will be done. You know, I don't know what Jon will do, but as a fan, I would love to see this fight. I mean, because in terms of legacy and accomplishment, Jon Jones is the best. You know what I mean? And I understand Tom from his point of view that he's a proud fighter. He wants to be the best, but now it's all depend on what Jon want to do. If Jon still want to do this, if he's compensated fairly, all that plays. So Tom should not focus on that because it's outside of his control, and he's wasting a lot of energy focusing on that. And I know it's very hard, but he needs to sort of self-hypnose himself to focus on the next thing and be hungry about the next task. And by doing this, only focusing on the next thing, he's going to build up his legacy, and perhaps one day he's going to be the greatest.
Gone are the days when size and power alone ruled the division. Daniel Cormier has said that Aspinall represents the true evolution of heavyweight MMA. DC explained that Tom Aspinall moves like his 185 pounds, but hits like a full-blown heavyweight tank, and that's a terrifying combination for anyone standing across from him.
Can actually do what he says he does.
Well, let me tell you something. Michael Bisping, before Tom Aspinall fought Sergey Pavlovich, he said all kind of crazy shit. He said he's gonna beat Jon Jones. He moved like Muhammad Ali. He gonna be the next Muhammad Ali. And I said, Mike, this has to be a gimmick. I said, please tell me. It's a gimmick. You're playing a part. There's no way you believe this. He goes, Daniel, this fight is gonna last 2 minutes between him and Sergey. I said, bro, Sergey's knocked out 8 dudes in a row. He's knocked out Derek Lewis in a minute. Tom goes and knocks him out. Tom leaves to the back. Bisping's with them, like he's part of the camp. They hugging Bisping.
All the UK dudes, they went around together.
So then they go back to the back. So then he gets booked to fight Curtis, who he hurt himself against last time.
Right.
I'm sitting out with Tom Aspinall, and I'm chatting with him. And he tells me, he goes, DC, you haven't seen anything. He goes, I'm about to put it on this dude. I said, but boy, he's fast and he's big and he's been at the top of the game. He went at that dude like Curtis was not on his level. Knocked him out. Here's the problem. When we all fought Jon, you know that the first time I fought Jon Jones, I was 36 years old. I was 36 years old.
Shit.
The first time I fought Jon Jones. 36 and 38 the second time. He's now what, 37, 38 years old? He was in his mid-20s when he fought all these great legends, but he fought them all when he was in his mid-20s. Now, he'd be on the other side of that coin. Right. This kid's young. Right. He's the older guy. He's been through the wars. It doesn't matter how great you are. When you go through that many battles, it will show. The Gustafsson fight. Him and I just bashed the shit out of each other for 8 rounds. Like we fought, we punched, we
Reyes
kicked. Reyes fight. The fight with the last guy, that Thiago Santos. All those guys that fought him close.
Tom Aspinall?
I think he's awesome. I think he should go on and have a wonderful career.
Do you think that he needs you?
No, I don't think he needs me. I think he's not in a position. It's just the truth. Because if I whoop his, it's going to be the next guy. There's going to be a whole new fan base of somebody who everybody believes in. I've done this my whole adult life. When you want something bad enough, and if you get it, it could be the worst thing that could ever happen to you.
What would it take to fight Tom Aspinall?
I'll see you guys later.
For Tom Aspinall, you said you don't really care about the belts. You really want to prove you're the best. Is there any other fighter in the heavyweight division that you feel you need to beat to prove that you are the best, other than Ciryl Gane?
Yeah, there's lots of guys. There's lots of guys, man. But I'm the kind of guy who doesn't look past my opponent. I'm very, very serious about this fight. I've been training for the last year without a break. I've had absolutely no breaks. I'm much better now than I was in my last fight, and I want to show that. But as far as other heavyweights and stuff, right now that doesn't really interest me. Jon Jones is retired, so I don't really have much to say on that, to be honest. So I'm fighting this guy, and this guy's really good, so I'll be as ready as I can.
Behind the scenes, fighters who have trained with Tom have said his work ethic is just as impressive as his natural talent. He's quiet, focused, and completely obsessed with improvement. No ego, no excuses, just pure grind. Sparring partners describe him as effortless, a fighter who doesn't need to force dominance because his timing and precision make everything look easy.
Position!
On a scale of 1 to 10, how tired are they all now?
They're dying, aren't they now? They're not dying, just Ante's fit, Tom's fit. That's about it, really. Oh no, there's Modestus fit. Stay on top! Throw shots!
He's on the YouTube channel again.
Yes, mate, glad to be back. Always got to make a little appearance.
We're in camp, mate.
Yeah, mate.
Tell me what's been going on with you. You're in your camp as well.
Yeah, and it's amazing because obviously Ante's in the camp because we're both fighting on the same card, on the UFC Paris card, September 6th. So it's absolutely amazing to have your teammate on there. You know, get a good camaraderie, team spirit going into that fight. You know, you got your army going into war. You know, Tom just started his camp now as well, but he's been training all the time. It's been amazing because, like I say, you've got such a great range of sparring partners, really good bodies, and I've just been trying to level up as much as I can. I've been actually taking a lot of tools out of Tom's toolbox, so to speak, in terms of like trying to work on different things in your sparring session, trying to land certain things, and not worrying really if you're going to make a mistake. And it's really been helping me to evolve. So, like I say, I'm very thankful for all the team here, and yeah, it's getting me ready for fight night.
And obviously, as a light heavyweight and Tom's sparring partner, we got a bit of you there on film. Just try and describe to us what it's like training with Tom day in, day out.
Oh, mate, I literally get so inspired by him daily, just by the way that he conducts himself on the mats, outside the mats, and I've really tried, like I said, been trying to take a load of pages out of his book in terms of how to approach my life and my career. But if we're talking about in the training room, he's an absolute savage. Like I say, the speed, the athleticism, the timing, it's just on a whole nother level. I don't see any other heavyweight move like that. So like I say, he's going to be reigning and defending his heavyweight world championship for many years to come. Yeah, it's amazing just being able to be in the room with him and learn from him, and also the rest of the guys in the team here. So yeah, man's looking in incredible shape, and he's just started fight camp.
Even Jon Jones, the pound-for-pound GOAT himself, has acknowledged Aspinall's potential. Although the two have never fought, Jones has spoken about how well-rounded and dangerous Tom truly is, and that says a lot, because Jones doesn't hand out praise lightly. Tom's composure under pressure is what really separates him from the rest. When you watch his fights, it's obvious, he doesn't just throw punches, he calculates them, reads movement, anticipates reactions, and punishes mistakes instantly.
It might as me, if not an inch taller, but thick. Yeah. And I was like, fuck, you're a lot thicker than I would expect. Yeah. And the speed, that's the thing that I'm like, okay, that's the danger. But again, grappling, he's a black belt, but Jon is fucking...
It's different.
Yeah. Yeah. But I don't know, man. They gotta fight. But if they don't ever fight, we'll never know.
Jon Jones versus Tom Aspinall. No, Jon Jones is the GOAT in my book. You know, he's one of the best. And I recently saw Aspinall fight for the first time recently, and he's a great fighter, and he's a great champion. But I think it'll be tough for me to ever say that anybody will beat Jon Jones until it happens.
It's a very intriguing fight. If I had to put money on it, it'd be super hard for me to bet against a guy like Jones, just because I know the mindset that he comes in with. Not saying Aspinall couldn't get it done because of all those physical gifts that he had, but dog, betting against a guy like that, who, if he gets you on the ground, that's just a bad night.
Tom Aspinall, god damn. It's like everyone, it's like you risk going down as the, no matter what, you don't have to fight again. Greatest of all time, people will say that. You're the greatest of all time, greatest of all, Jon Jones. Or you risk it, go fight Tom Aspinall, possibly lose, and then it's like, he was the greatest. Then they're saying, yeah, but he wasn't in his prime.
He's the fastest, quickest, most powerful heavyweight on the planet. He's the favourite against Jon Jones, and no man alive can beat Tom Aspinall, in my humble opinion. And that's with the greatest of respect to Jon Jones.
Toe came out of his skin when he fought me. He wrapped it himself to go to the press conference. He didn't want to miss his press conference. So he wraps it himself because the doctors refused. That's inappropriate treatment. We're not going to do that. We're taking you to the hospital. This is a tough guy. And when it comes to grit, and you gotta have it, we know for sure that Jon does. Now, that doesn't mean that Tom does not. But we don't know that. And we don't know that those punches are as hard and as fast with equal accuracy.
I'm so pissed off that you haven't gone to the second round.
Do you know what? Me too. I'm not joking. That's always a backlash I get. Yeah, the biggest disadvantage that Tom's got is he's not had the rounds. Look, I completely agree. But that isn't my fault. That's the fault of my opponents. I'm hitting people and they're going over.
Yeah, exactly. You might go your whole entire career and never seen a second round. If it was so easy, why isn't everybody else doing it?
Yep.
It ain't fucking easy.
Yeah, I don't take it personal, because if everyone could get a 2-minute knockout, they would.
Yeah.
And I'm actually never going in there and being like, I'm going to knock this guy out quick. Every opponent that's said to me, I'm going to drag him into deep water, I've knocked him out in the first minute.
You're like, okay, perfect. Drag me to deep waters. Like, you still got to drag the body out to deep waters. And if you drown on the way out there...
It's why fans and fighters alike call him the most complete heavyweight in the UFC today. And then there's his ground game, often overlooked because of his highlight reel knockouts. Aspinall is a Brazilian jiu-jitsu black belt with serious grappling credentials. He can take you down, control you, and finish you in seconds. Fighters who've rolled with him describe him as shockingly smooth for his size. As the hype builds around his fight with Ciryl Gane, more and more fighters are making predictions, and almost everyone says the same thing: if Tom Aspinall wins again, he's not just the interim champ, he's the true king of the heavyweight division.
To be far ahead of all of them.
You know that him and Gane's fight is going to expose us a few things, because Gane might be the only guy in that heavyweight that might match him speed-wise.
Tom?
Yes.
Tom is just going to do exactly what Kamzat did to DDP to him. We all know that Gane doesn't have
but
any
funny
wrestling.
enough, Tom never really
wrestles.
Does that. No, he does wrestling, but he doesn't wrestle like that. He wrestles to find a finish.
Yeah. No, it might not be like a dominant wrestling the way Kamzat was, but he's going to utilize his wrestling skill against Gane. You know, Tom is a smart fighter.
I hope Gane does something, you know, like he's able to do something, because
like throw a knee out of space or what.
Aspinall's wrestling is not very aggressive like these guys. So if he's able to stuff if 1 or 2 takedowns and then keep it on the feet, he might.
If Tom Aspinall secures another big win, the conversation around Jon Jones could change completely. At that point, many will start asking, could Tom be the best heavyweight we've ever seen?
Touching on Pereira as well, how do you actually feel you would match up?
Well, the bell would go and I'd run across, full blast and rugby tackle him. Got one very reliable takedown that I do. If you watch my fight with Arlovski, the spear is undefeated in training. Problem is, when you do it, you nearly knock yourself out, so I don't do it that much.
So once you've speared him, then what happens?
Hopefully I knock him out just with that.
I say that because I see in the pictures when I'm like staring at him. If you watch me at any event, I'll stand and stare at the flyweights like that.
Really?
Yeah, not because I'm not trying to intimidate them, because I really enjoy studying people's psychology before the fight. But I don't know, he's got business to do at light heavy, you know what I mean? He's just lost his title in a tough fight. I think that Ankalaev remains to be a really tough matchup for him. Let's see if he gets through the next one, because in my opinion, Magomed Ankalaev doesn't get enough respect. Like, the guy has run through everybody and he just beat a long-standing champion. And he should be given respect in his own right for being a champion. And I think that it's a tough fight for Alex. It's definitely a fight that Alex can win. We've seen him, you know, how powerful he is and stuff. But I think as far as his move up to heavyweight, I'm only speaking if I was in his position, I'd want to get that one.
Rogan saying that he is supporting the idea of Pereira versus Aspinall. We know Aspinall will do it. He already tried at 300. We know Pereira will do it. He has a chance to set history. Champ is not likely to ever happen to any of us. Again, there's a really big population that wants to see Jon Jones versus Pereira. There's a really big population that would rather see Jon Jones versus Aspinall. The winner of Ankalaev Rachik is is going to take on Pierre, okay?
Sure.
Whatever your level of excitement for that is going to be. It still does not equal how badly you would like to see Pierre taking on Tom. The announcement of what Pierre and Tom are going to do, or if we're going to get Pierre and Tom together, that announcement is going to come prior to Raychick and Uncle Live fighting. And if you like this idea, and you know the power of social media, turn it up. Even though that fight's not going to be for 6 months, now is the time to get that fight made.
GSP, why is that fight not happening?
Well, it could be for two reasons. It's either that Jon Jones is using a strategy to have more money.
You could say it, GSP. Go for it. Come on, say what you want to say.
If he has no intention of coming back, that's not right. Make negotiation happen, or get things moving.
Doesn't seem like John really likes the topic. He actually walked off a podcast the other day because he got asked about the topic, and
really,
he was like, "Yeah, I'm done here."
Jon Jones says he wants to be on there too, and he says he would fight whoever the champion is at that time. But would you be okay with him coming back and potentially winning that belt again? And you might have to go through.
Well, it's not even about him winning the belt. I mean, how I felt about him. I can't risk putting him in big positions in a big spot and have something go wrong, especially the White House card.
Guys, why are we still talking about Jon? He's retired. He's done. I said a thing a long time ago, and you guys know me personally. I'm not a disrespectful guy.
Yeah, you're not.
But I said a thing a long time ago that I'm going to retire Jon without even fighting him, and
he did.
That's what's happened.
From the UK to the US, from gyms to podcasts, one message is clear. Fighters know that Tom Aspinall isn't just another contender. He's the blueprint for the next era of heavyweights. Calm, dangerous, and just getting started.
Aspinall in London.
Another one.
He wants to fight Jon Jones.
He wants to fight everybody, man.
He thinks he'll beat Jon Jones.
Yes, he does. I love it. I love that. And a young, aggressive, talented heavyweight that he actually wants to fight all the best. The problem in this business is you have guys that say a lot of things publicly, but behind the curtains don't mean it. Don't really want these fights. Tom Aspinall is not that guy. Tom Aspinall wants to fight all the best in the world, and I love that.
How good is he?
Very good. We're going to find out, though. We make this Jon Jones fight, and obviously a fight like that for a young, talented heavyweight, and if he can win, he can beat Jon Jones. It's life-changing.
He's got an amazing self-confidence. I mean, he just exudes calm, almost chilling self-confidence.
If you're a fighter, you better have that.
Yeah.
That's what you'd have to have. If you want to be one of the all-time greats, that's
really exists. So many cameras on you, Dana White sitting there cage side, all that stuff. I've just felt the same as I did in the other fights.
Okay.
So once I got in the UFC and started fighting guys, I think that's really when I was like, oh, I'm pretty good.
We finally got Tom Aspinall, Ciryl Gane. Chill, we've been screaming about this Tom Aspinall, Ciryl Gane for a long time. UFC 321, Tom minus 325, Gane plus 260. We finally got the fight, but the world doesn't seem to believe, Chael, that it's a close fight. And I don't really agree with that line. I think this fight is much closer. Tom Aspinall minus 325, Ciryl Gane plus 265.
Your training is ridiculous all the time, no?
I'm pretty dedicated when it comes to training. I'm always in the gym twice a day regardless. The intensity is, we're up.
Damn, bro.
We're up.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm training I'm the best fighter in the world. I'm training to fight the second best fighter in the world for potentially 25 minutes. So